But we can go back, guys like us, we can go back to 1994.
Enlighten me on this.
We can go back to 1994 when President Clinton introduced the anti-terrorism bill. And this bill crushed defendants, guys that were in prison. It made it so you only had 1 year to file what's called the 2255. A 2255 is a motion for reduction in sentence. So you only had 1 year to file this. And when you used to could just file at any time a law came out, you could just file a 2255 and ask for a reduction in your sentence. But now they made it so you could only file it after 1 year, and after that, you couldn't file a 2255 anymore. Yeah. So any law that came out that may have helped you, they said you were procedurally barred. Your year has gone, so you can't file for this particular law.
Also,
so you know, so Democrats. So in that particular instance, Clinton wasn't for us, but we call Clinton, the first black president and all that type of stuff. But he hurt us so bad. He stopped habeas corpus. He stopped so much stuff.
He's speaking on from a criminal defendant.
Yeah, he apologized later and said, yeah, exactly. Yeah. He came back and apologized.
Bill Clinton did.
Yeah, he's speaking on from a defendant, unjust sentence and unjust guidelines realm of appealability and stuff like that. But the anti-terrorism bill threw away civil liberties for our families, and also it touched more than just the convicted element of it. Because I don't want the viewers to be thinking that, anybody thinking that, well, they was criminals or whatever. Okay, it was unjust system, unjust guideline system that made it that way. So that's what he's being. But that anti-terrorism bill attacked civil liberties that we enjoy.
They can start listening to our phone calls.
In a so-called free society. So let's talk about that too. You know what I'm saying? They're not just on the criminal. So not just on that, but the Republicans and the Democrats. If the history of it, the Republican was for the people initially. So
I want to add to what Ronald said earlier about the voting part and knowing who it is that you're voting for. If you don't like the people that you're voting for, or you're dissatisfied with the people that you're voting for, and we owe it to ourselves to educate, groom, and teach our youth, children in our homes to take those positions, to get them that way. Stop trying to discourage them from going that route. If your child want to be a police officer, then teach your child there's a right way and a wrong way to police the community. But don't discourage them from getting it, because if you go back, like Danny was just talking a little bit about history, when the Irish came over here in boats and droves, they took over two entities, the liquor and the police department, because they knew that those two things controlled the community. So we got to take back those things, but then we got to educate our youth to go about it the right way. When you put people in office the right way, no child want to be a congressman when they grow up. They groom that way. They groom them.
True.
So we got to start grooming our children the same way we groom them to be boxers and football players and stuff like that. We got to groom them in politics and teach them the value of it.
True. And while we on politics, we got some good council members out there right now that's pushing Trayon White, McDuffie, Kenyon McDuffie. Yeah, they got something. So take a look at them and see what they're doing and seeing what they're about. Trayon has been instrumental in helping me in my return, get back acclimated into society and my transition. DEO is the Development Economic Opportunities in Ward 8. They're doing good work. So the fight is out there. You know what I mean? People just gotta want to get in it.
Like you said, educating the people on it and making them aware. Like you said, just doing your research on your candidates. I mean, because if you don't like it, you don't have to vote for them.
Yeah, because I mean, all you could do is really with Democratic, Republican. We have a two-party system in the United States. Don't have too many independents. Only thing you could do is, if you're going to pick a candidate, you pick the candidate that's in line with your values and your views as best as possible, and that's just the best you could do. until, like Doomy said, until we groom someone for us. You know, we are misinformed. You know, we don't grow up sitting at the dinner table talking about the banking system and the political system, and we don't do that. You know, so you know we have to introduce a new way into our community.
We was just talking about this on the radio. I really be telling people like they gotta stop being pressed to raise their kids like to be ghetto and all that stuff like that. Cause I mean, you want your kid to grow up how you grew up. That's crazy. You ain't even giving them a shot. Like we want them to be better than we was when they young. That's when you can teach them everything.
Exactly. Yeah. We don't want our children growing up selling drugs.
Yeah.
We don't want our children growing up killing each other. We don't want our children growing up being incarcerated for 25, 30 years, 15 years. No, we don't want any of that.
Your children always want to argue all the time. Get them into debates. Stuff like that. Really. Here's one last thing I want to be able to. I want to share. Relevant conduct. What we've been talking about, preponderance of evidence, is what the judges and the judicial system use to hold us and continue to hold Antone White. We do hope that the listeners will look at what we've been talking about tonight, do your due diligence on Danny Hutchinson and myself and Ronald, and know that if they're going to use that as a reason for holding us, then look at our relevant conduct today. And look at the preponderance of evidence of what we've been able to do to turn our lives around today as a reason to go back and reevaluate probability of our two co-defendants coming home and doing the same thing. Because what we did is not genius. We just, we stopped trying to find the right way to do the wrong thing. And we decided, because we're smart enough to be able to do so, to get our minds in a certain direction and to commit ourselves to doing this, that. Danny, the same one that they sentenced to, all the years that they sentenced to, this man is an IT tech. And he's allowed to be able to go into government offices all over the country. They fly him around the country. They trust him enough to be able to fly around the country and be able to take care of computer systems. And he's very good at it. Ronald is in the field of being able to help people in throughout Washington, D.C. and over in the Southeast area. I'm a part of a program that goes in and works with incarcerated youth. So we out here and we doing certain things. The same ones that they said, don't ever let them be a part of this community. And not only are we a part of the community, but we're making a difference.
And y'all can
give them two an opportunity to do the same thing. Look us up.
Y'all can teach from personal experience. A lot of people don't have this experience. So when it's coming from people who've been through
But we didn't come out and hide. We came out
Right.
and we're making a difference in our own lives, our families' lives, and more important, the community. And we're living examples of that. If you're going to use us as living examples of what can go wrong and the reason to incarcerate people, then use that same thought process to look at what we're doing now. And go back and reevaluate those two men's situations and give them an opportunity to come out here and do the same thing. That's all we ask.
So what's the next step?
Well, again, pushing it out there and hoping that people will take a segment of this program and start conversations in their home. Don't stop the conversation, and don't just make it about Antone and Irk. We're not asking you to focus solely on Antone and Irk. We're asking you to use the situation that's happening with Antone and Irk to be able to start conversations in your own home, your family and friends and stuff, because it's all going to be relatable. If we can get enough people throughout the country to talking about this thing, then it's going to be able to help everybody, including Antone.
Yeah, you can write your senators and congressmen. That's what we ask. We want this thing to go as big as it can. If we can get it national, we want a national movement. We want USA Today. We want ABC, NBC. We want as many people as we can get, to talk about this particular issue, because this goes to the very core of being a human being in the United States, the right to due process. When they take that away, from any of us, then there's no use in any of us even being a human being in this society if you don't have that.